welcome back, or welcome if you're new. My name is Emma, and this is Emma's Cottage. In today's video, I'm going to give you a sneak peek of what is in the Emma's Cottage mystery box that you can purchase from my craft source. So I've been promoting it on all of my platforms, so hopefully you guys were able to get your hands on one. If you haven't, they are only for sale for a limited time, so go check out my craft source. I will have it in the description below. If this box is still available, great, get your hands on one because you're definitely going to see some savings when you buy it in bulk like this. But don't fret if the box is sold out. I will make sure that I have a link to each item in the description below so that if you want to partake and have fun with us and do the tutorials and follow along, then you can go ahead and order the products so that you'll have them in time for the tutorials that will be coming through the months of November and December. Let me show you what was inside the box, and then I will also tell you the items that you will want to get or have on hand to be able to do these craft alongs with me. So one of the items that we're going to be doing is making some really cute earrings out of faux leather. So in your box, you're going to be getting, everybody knows I'm a sucker for buffalo plaid, especially in the fall and winter months. Just love me some buffalo plaid. So we're going to be making two sets of earrings in the black and white and then in the red and black. And they're going to be layered earrings. So these will be in the back or front, I can't remember. I think it's the back. And then we're going to have the black leather in front. So it's going to be super cute. So you'll get 3 12 by 12 sheets of the faux leather for the earring project. You will also be getting enough hardware. You can see that without the glare there. Enough hardware for the earrings for up to 50 pair. So I'm not saying you're gonna get 50 pair out of this, but what I am saying is that I want to introduce you to the fun world of faux leather and making earrings. And you can practice doing a few with these materials here. You'll have some leftovers so that if you choose to, you can continue making more. Okay, next project is a cute little tote bag. So this is going to be a cotton tote bag. So what we're going to be doing with this, and I haven't quite finalized it yet, but I included 3 colors of HTV, which is your heat transfer vinyl or everyday iron-on. It's all the same stuff, you guys. It's an iron-on that we're going to iron on this cute tote bag. And I'm thinking what I'm going to do, you guys can decide what you want to do, or you can do something totally different. I'm going to have on one side, I think, a Christmas theme. That's why, hence the green and red HTV. And then on the other side, I was thinking of doing something fun for like Black Friday shopper or something fun like that. So that you can use this bag both in November and December. So if that sounds like fun to you, make sure you stay tuned for that tutorial that will be coming. I also included a sheet of glitter HTV. Now I do have a tutorial already. I will make sure that I have it linked up above on how you can sublimate on glitter HTV. So I definitely wanted to include that because if you guys haven't tried it, I want you to try it for those of you that love the sublimation world. If you don't want to sublimate on that, it's fine. You can use this. I was thinking of using this cute glitter. See how glittery it is? It's just adorable. Maybe as like a Santa beard or a Santa, you know, the fur on his hat and the little ball at the end of his hat. So I have a few ideas of how I might use this on a future tutorial. Okay, what else did I include? I included a few sublimation projects. So if you don't have a sublimation printer, don't fret. There's a lot of places online that you can purchase sublimation prints and you can still follow along with us today. You will need certain things, like you're gonna need heat presses. You're gonna need, like for the, something fake. For the tumbler that you can get or that will come in the mystery box, you are going to want either the oven or an actual tumbler press to be able to press this. But everything else that we're going to discuss today can be used in your regular heat press. Now, if you haven't done tumblers before, I just did a tutorial, I think it was about a week ago, so go find that video. In fact, I'll link it up above if it's easier for you, and you can watch how I did tumblers, 2 different methods with either the oven or with the heat press. So again, you guys, in this box, I just wanted to give you a little bit of everything that I love in this crafting world so that you guys can try it. I know there's a lot of you out there that haven't tried these things yet and you keep saying you want to. Here's your excuse, try it. So we will be doing something cute with a tumbler. And really it's gonna be your design. I'll probably teach you how to do your own design and we can do it together and we can press our own tumblers together. Then another sublimation project that we're going to be doing is car coasters. So these are going to be on neoprene, little foam car coasters. So this will be a quick, easy project, and maybe I'll even combine these two together since they're both so small. But again, something that you can try that maybe you haven't tried before. And these are so perfect for the car. So awesome. I look forward to doing that with you guys. Now, what if you're like, hey, Emma, I have a sublimation printer and I have sublimation ink, but I don't like my sublimation paper. Guess what else is in your mystery box? You are going to be able to try the new Starcraft sublimation paper. We're going to try it together. I haven't tried this stuff yet, but I hear it's really great. So I'm so excited to try it with you. So this was also included in the mystery box. It comes with 25 sheets of sublimation paper. So just the perfect amount to let yourself try it and see if you like it. Another sublimation project, and I'm really excited about this one, is a fun sequin pillow. So they have a lot of different colors, and I believe they're sending you guys all the same color. I think they're all going to be red. I could be wrong, I'm not sure. You get what you get, you don't throw a fit. It's a mystery box. But basically the colored side is not the sublimation side, so that's just going to be kind of a pretty side. And then what you do is you turn it over to the white side. You have to make sure they're all face down, so that all you see is white, and then you can sublimate straight on that. So I have a really great idea on a cute image that we can put together that's going to be, I think what I decided on for this one was a cute like people. So you get the package from Design Bundles. I'll make sure I have that listed when we actually go to do this tutorial. And you kind of put together the members of your family. You can put your names, you could put just your last name, whatever. And then we're going to sublimate that onto this pillow. Again, whatever I'm doing, you don't have to do. I'm just going to teach you how to sublimate on it. If you wanted to do an entirely different image, by all means do it, and then post it in our Facebook group, because I cannot wait to see what you guys are going to create with everything in this box. Okay, the next project, have I missed anything really fast? Is there anything that I'm forgetting that you're going to need? Oh, with the earrings, I forgot to mention that you're going to want the little tweezers or pliers, because you have to open up these little earrings. You're just going to need some hardware to close them. You may even have something out in your garage that would probably work, but you can get little teeny pliers either on Amazon or your local craft store. Super inexpensive, and if you're planning on using, making more earrings, then it'll be a good investment for you to have. As far as this tote bags go, you shouldn't need anything other than your cutting machine. So your Cricut or whatever cutting machine it is that you're using to be able to cut these materials. Same with your leather. We're going to be using a cutting machine for that. And then the sublimation stuff, again, if you have a sublimation printer, ink, paper, all of that fun stuff, well, paper comes with it. But if you don't, there's lots of places, lots of Etsy shops online that you can order sublimation prints from that are ready to press, so that you can still follow along with us. As long as you have a heat press, you can still play with us. So, okay, so the next thing is going to be for a really cute sweater that I have in mind. I'm trying to remember where I put those sweaters. I want to show you the color. Here. Okay. I don't know if this is the right size. I ordered a whole bunch because I plan on selling them. But this is the sweaters that I got. I will make sure I have them linked in the description below, as well as when I actually do the tutorial. I just like, oh, they're so wrinkly because I threw them in the box. I like how the sweater kind of goes up on the sides. It's a more expensive one. Like, I know you can get sweaters for around $8 to $10. I think this one was closer to 15 to 20, but you can sell these for a good 45, 50 bucks. And I feel like when you've got the better quality material and the more flattering fit, they're gonna sell a little bit better. So what are we gonna be putting on this sweater? We're gonna be putting HTV on it with a really cute saying. Because I know you guys are gonna ask, this is a Bella canvas. Again, I can't remember the exact number, but I will go ahead and list it here on the screen and in the description below. But this project's going to be also HTV. I love me some HTV. I love me some sublimation. And this one, I've got the two different colors that I got. I have to remember, these were cashew and dark maroon. And the cashew is going to be for the bones of the turkey, the wishbone. And then the cashew is going to be for the words that say, "Oh snap." So I just think it's just going to be the cutest little Thanksgiving sweater, and I cannot wait to make it with you. You will need a sweater or a shirt or whatever you want to put it on, but it's going to come with the HTV. You'll need your cutting machine and you'll need a heat press to be able to press the HTV to your blank. All right, let's go ahead and talk about the last 4 items in your mystery box. So the first item is HTA, Heat Transfer Adhesive. If you're like me, I was like, heat transfer what? Like, I wasn't used to hearing heat transfer adhesive because I'm so used to doing like heat transfer vinyl and things like that. But there are certain things that you need heat transfer adhesive for. And one of the things that's also included in the box is Electra Foil. So the last 3 items in your box are going to be rolls of Electra Foils so that you can follow along with me to do some fun fall leaves, or you can decide to do whatever you want with these colors. Like, possibilities are endless. So the colors that are included in your box is going to be the Autumn Gold. It looks just like that, right? You've got your Burgundy, and then you have got your Bronze. So I just thought those 3 colors together are gonna make some really cute fall leaves. Hopefully you guys can see those colors. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and meet you over at the computer, and we're gonna play in Design Space, and we're gonna put together our template, and then we're gonna go ahead and get it cut with my Cricut craft machine. Here we are on designbundles.net. And this is the SVG that I went ahead and I purchased. So it's the Leaf SVG, Leaves SVG, Autumn SVG, Fall Leaves PNG, blah, 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 blah. As of today, the day that we are recording this video, it is priced at $4. You don't have to get this one though. You definitely could go and find a different leaf if that's something that you're interested in. But I will make sure that I have the link to this one in the description below. But if you just go to Design Bundles and just start typing in, Leaf SVG or Fall SVG, lots of different things pop up, and you could choose a different one if you don't want to use the same one that I chose. So I've already downloaded mine. So we're going to go into our Cricut Design Space, and we're going to start a new project. And I have mine already downloaded and in a file on my desktop. So what I like to do is I just click this button. You can either browse all your files, but I have separate screens. So I'm just going to drag from another screen, and I'm going to go ahead and just drop it. So much quicker for me. There we are, and you can definitely type in Fall Leaves. If you type this in within Design Space, it just helps you find it later. I'm going to go ahead and hit upload. There we go. We're going to click on this and add to canvas. You see it comes really large, right? We definitely don't need it this big. So let's maybe take it down to like 20 for now, maybe even a little less. Just trying to get it a little bit smaller. Now what we need to do is we need to measure our shirt and decide, I'm actually going to do this layout exactly like this. I kind of like the look of having it just perfectly lined up. You guys could definitely move it around, and let me show you how you could do that. Or let's say you don't want all of the leaves, or maybe you want all of the same leaf. Right now they're all attached together, all grouped together. So the way that you can ungroup it is just right here. And and the way you can tell that is when you click on this, a big square goes around all of them. And all of them over here, you can see, are now selected. If I unselect it, they're unselected. I click on this again, they're all selected. So we're going to go ahead and click Ungroup. This is if you decided you didn't want them all grouped. You could come over here and pick up a leaf, and you could move them any which way you wanted. You could do anything your little heart desires. Possibilities are endless. You could do whatever you want. If you wanted to completely redo them, you absolutely could. I'm not going to. I'm going to put it the way it was, just by clicking this back button, all the way until I can see that it's grouped together again, because I definitely just want to cut it just like this. So this project is actually really easy. I just need to come up with the dimensions. There is actually a website that I like to refer to when I'm trying to size the designs on my shirt. It's called rozzycrafts.com. It's a blog. And I saved this to my favorites, and anytime that I'm like, oh, what size should I do that? I just look right here. So I'm looking for the standard t-shirt design widths for an adult classic tee. Yeah, mine's not a tee, it's a long sleeve shirt, but it still applies, right? So mine's a size small, and it's saying that you'd want your width no bigger than a 9.5 by 10.5. So if I go back here, I can see right now the width is at 9.5. So you definitely don't want to go higher than the 10.5 they said. So what if I just went with a straight 10? There we go. Another thing that you could do is up here on templates. What I like to do is I just type in shirt, and then I usually just click this classic t-shirt right here. And then it's saying men's short sleeve. You could do women's short sleeve, men's short sleeve. It's up to you. I've noticed it doesn't change dramatically, so it doesn't really matter to me. And then I would just stick this right here and say, hey, is that as big as I want it? If I feel like I needed it a little bit bigger, then I can come up here to my width and do 10.5 and hit enter. And there you go. There's your 10.5. So I'm going to go ahead and leave this, and then we're going to cut the adhesive, the HTA. To do that, we're going to go ahead and attach all of these together. You can see that changed them all the same color. That's fine because the HTA is clear. It's just a clear material that we are going to cut these, and then we are going to place our colored foils on top of it. So I want to attach them. If I don't attach them, watch what happens. So right now I just detached it, or at least I tried. Let me hit the back button. There we go. Now they're detached. If I go and click make it, look what it's going to do. It's going to try and cut all of these on a whole bunch of different mats because it thinks that they're all a different color. So that's why it's really important that you click the attach button, because we know that we're going to cut these all on the HTA. I'm going to go ahead and click attach. Again, it changed them all to one color, and that's because Cricut Design Space thinks that we need to cut this all on one mat. I'm going to go ahead and click make it. Now, in this situation, I don't have any words, so I don't have to mirror this image, but I always say it's a good practice so that you just get used to having it a habit. So if this did have words, if this said like happy fall y'all or something cute, if you didn't have this mirrored, then when you go to apply it to your shirt, it's going to be backwards. So just as a good practice, I always say mirror your HTV, or in this case, your HTA, your Heat Transfer Adhesive. So we're going to go ahead and click that mirror button. We're going to go to the continue. Whenever I'm using materials like HTV or Heat Transfer Adhesive, I always select the Everyday Iron-On when I'm using Design Space. And then I always tell everyone, keep it with your default. I hardly ever do the more. I usually never do the less. The only time I've ever seen myself do more is if I have a really dull old blade and I can see that it's not cutting all the way through, then I will definitely use the more. But if you ever even want to try the more, I always suggest that you do a quick little test cut, one little circle or one little square or something. Make sure that it cuts for you first before actually selecting the more. So we're going to go ahead and keep it at the default. And I usually never select the fast mode. And we're going to go ahead and load our mat and we'll get to cutting. Now we need to apply our product to the mat. So this is the Heat Transfer Adhesive. Hopefully you guys can see this in the camera. One side is a very matte color, while the other side is very shiny. I think you can see that pretty well. If you can't see it in the camera, you can definitely see it in person, that one of these looks almost like paper and the other one is definitely shiny. So with any heat transfer adhesive or vinyl, you want the shiny side face down. And the reason it's shiny is because this is your carrier sheet. The shiny part is the carrier sheet, and the matte side is the actual product that you need to cut. So if you put it the other way around, it's going to cut your carrier sheet and it's not going to cut your product. So make sure that you're doing shiny side down when you're placing this. You definitely want to rub it flat so that there's no air bubbles in it, and then we can go ahead and cut off the excess. Now I just double checked the measurement on Cricut Design Space, and this only goes down to about the 9. Yeah, I had a triple check. It only goes down to the 9. So really I can cut this with my X-Acto knife all the way across on the line of the 9. So that way I can save the rest of the material. And hopefully you're better than me, you can actually cut straight. Just pin that off. So you've got a lot left over, which is totally fine because you're going to have a lot left over of these foils for future projects. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get this loaded into the Cricut machine. All right, the cut is complete. So really quick, let me tell you what I did off camera is I turned on our press to 305 degrees to get it preheating. While it is preheating, I'm going to go ahead and weed the heat transfer adhesive. It's very hard to see because it is white or clear. You can barely see it on there. But I'm going to go ahead and weed off the pieces that we don't need. one thing that I always forget to mention that I like to do is just run a roller along it. This just helps keep the pieces down that you want to stay and be able to pull up the pieces we want up. All right, we're done beading, so let's just go ahead and take it off our mat. Now, as long as you didn't cut this with the more option, it should not have cut through the carrier sheet. Now, if you cut with the more option thinking that your blade was a little on the dull side and it cuts through and that was hard to take off the mat, then your blade is too sharp and you needed to make sure that you have the default or even go to the less. How cute that's gonna be. All right, so the first thing we need to do, just like with sublimation, is we want to make sure that we pre-press the shirt. Now you only have to pre-press it for about 5 seconds, 5 to 10 seconds. And what we're doing is trying to get the wrinkles out, first of all, because you want to make sure that the surface is flat when you're pressing the shirt. But the biggest reason you pre-press every time is to get rid of any extra moisture that might be caught in the fibers of the fabric. As you can notice, I've got the Teflon sheets on the bottom and the top, just helps to protect my press. And I have it connected with magnets. Works out awesome. Okay, so we've got it pre-pressed. I'm gonna go ahead and lay this on. Now you'll know one of the sides is sticky, the other side is not. That's how you're gonna know you're gonna have the sticky side down. Honestly, I like to visually see it, make sure that I have it where I want it. It's a little crooked today. Try again. Use my ruler. I'm just gonna measure from the farthest leaf on each side and make sure that they go in about the same. Darn close. I think it's close enough. They look to be equal. And then I always like to do like 4 finger lengths below the neckline so that it doesn't look like I'm eating my design. Go ahead and lay this down. Now I've got the Teflon paper on top, so that's going to protect my carrier sheet, but you definitely could put down a piece of butcher paper or parchment paper if you wanted the extra protection. So again, this is at 305, and we're only going to press this for about 5 seconds. It's called the tack method, and all we're trying to do is just press it to get it to tack to that shirt just enough that I can peel it off and then put the colors on top. You need about medium pressure for this. This one's going to be a hot peel, so you can go ahead and peel it off immediately. And I just like to go nice and slow just to make sure it actually tacked on. Looks good to me. Now you probably shouldn't, but I just touched those just a little bit and you can kind of tell that they have like a little bit of a tacky feel to them. That's perfect, that's what we need, because they are we're gonna put colors of leaves onto all of these different leaves. In fact, I think I'm gonna pull it out of the press. And so that you guys can kind of see what it looks like at this stage. There we go, there's our leaves. And then we need to cut open our Electra Foil in the different colors, and you can either place them here or at least get the sizes right, put your shirt back and then place them over here. But one thing we do need to do is we need to increase our temperature to 320 for this next press. that's heating up, we're gonna go ahead and cut. Oh, my kids always steal my scissors. Do you guys have that same problem? Yeah. Found them, little stinkers. Okay, we're going to take off this foil. So you can see it comes like this. All right, so it's easy to come off. It's really a cool material. It's very, very thin. And I don't need a ton because I'm using 3 different colors. So I'm just going to cut off this sticky piece. We cut out the different colors of our Electra Foil, and really the only thing that truly matters is to make sure that whatever color you want the leaf to be, that color needs to be the color that's on this, and you'll do it color face up because what's adhering to it is this color here. The non-colored side is going to adhere to the material. And it's okay if they overlap as long as the color you want is the color that is touching the foil. So this one might be a little tricky because the leaf goes up a little bit. So cut it kind of at an angle. Okay, I'm gonna do a quick zoom in to kind of show you how this stuff works. I'm gonna take it off. I'm gonna put the shirt on my press and I'm gonna relay it all back down. Typically that's how I normally would do it, but because I'm teaching you and I need you guys to see what I'm doing it a little opposite. So let me bring my camera a little bit closer and I'm going to zoom it down. All right, here we go. So let me take some of these off so you can kind of see. As long as the color, like let me give you a good example. This one right here, see how this leaf goes kind of up high? If I were to put this sheet down like this, then the top of that leaf is going to be this color and the rest of the leaf is going to be a different color. So that's why I kind of cut them at different angles and I'm going to have to lay them down as such. But it's okay if I lay this one down and it overlaps that one, it's totally fine because this one is going to be the one that's touching the white adhesive and this is the one that's going to adhere to it, not that. Okay, here goes. So I'm going to lay this on. Get it positioned. And then I'm going to very strategically start laying down all of the different ones, especially the ones that I have cut perfectly first. I'm going to lay those ones down first, making sure that that's the image or the color that I'm going to have on that leaf. Okay, here goes. And as of right now, you don't need to put anything on top of this because I have the Teflon sheet already connected to my heat press. If I didn't have this, then I would want to very carefully lay a piece of Teflon sheet to protect my press. And we're just going to press this again. We increase the temperature to 320 and we're going to press this for about 12 seconds. Okay, here we go. There we are at 12 seconds. I don't think I did it right. What did I do? I think my paper shifted. Ooh, what did I do? Okay, I'm gonna save the day. Hopefully none of you guys will know. It's right there. what I did wrong. I know that this is a very cold peel and you have to wait and peel it like once it's cold. This definitely feels cold though. I mean, I think I did something wrong, you guys. Oh no, I didn't. No, I didn't. It worked. I messed up one though. I messed up one. It's okay. You guys have seen me mess up before. Oh, you guys have to see this. Okay. My mistakes make it so that you guys can be better than me, right? This stuff is amazing. Look how cool this is. But I definitely messed up because my sheets moved. They shifted when I closed it. So lesson learned, I would probably need to tape these down with some heat resistant tape to ensure they're not going to shift. Look at it, just, oh my gosh, that's so satisfying. Ooh! Look how cute, you guys. So adorable. Like, how satisfying is that? Okay. There you have it. Look how stinking cute. Yes, I messed up just a tad because as you guys know, I'm learning. You guys learn with me. I probably should have paid more attention to this part right there. The paper shifted and it's shifted right there too, but the rest of these are absolutely perfect. They turned out so cute. And I don't think anyone's gonna notice that, oops, besides me. And that's fine by me because this is proof that I tried it and I love it. Do you see that glittering or glistening? I think glistening is a better word for it. It's so shiny and cute. You guys, I am now obsessed with Electra Foil. How cute is that? All right, you guys, that's it for today's tutorial. What do you think? I love it. So much fun. I think that I have a new obsession of StarCraft Electra Foils. Like, I can't wait to try all of their colors, and I have so many fun ideas of things I'm gonna try. I mean, look at that shine. Too cool, and I love all the different colors. It screams fall. So excited. So again, what did we do today? We played with the StarCraft Electra Foils. We still have a ton left in each of the rolls that came in your Emma's Cottage My Craft Source mystery box. And then we also have plenty of StarCraft Heat Transfer Adhesive left over to do more projects in the future, which I'm definitely gonna do more of this. So fun. Again, I learned a few things along the way, like I do in almost every one of my tutorials. I show you guys my flaws because you need to know that I am human too, and we are all learning. I love to pay it forward. I love to teach you guys my tips and tricks, and I love to hear yours. So if you have some great tips and tricks about Electra Foil and heat transfer adhesive and anything that you're like, Emma, I've tried it this way, it worked better. Leave it in the comments below or go ahead and join our Facebook group at Emma's Cottage DIY. DIY, I always say that backwards. Go ahead and join our Facebook group. Make something fun or go ahead and replicate what I made today and share it with the rest of us. I cannot wait to see what you create. Like I said before, a lot more tutorials coming with all of the products that I showed you in the beginning of this video. So stay tuned for a few more tutorials throughout November and December. And thanks again so much to My Craft Source for hosting a mystery box for Emma's Cottage. I cannot thank you enough, and I'm so appreciative for each and every one of you guys. So if you liked this video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And the most important part, don't forget to ring that bell so that you will get notified anytime that I upload a new video. Until next time, we'll see you later, friends.